Today was a day like any other day for me. I got up and I got to film my favorite program with three of my worst enemies, Chuck, Luke, and Dan. As I move forward and attempt to break into the forefront of modern jazz music, not every path is as straightforward as it seems. Except for this one. This is going exactly where I want it. I'll see you at Carnegie Hall in 2 years. Hey, Dan, do you remember when you said that we could promote my new album on the show? Can we do that this show? I've been meaning to talk about when we're going to do that.
Yeah, I told you that's not going to happen.
But it's a really good one. It's called Bustin' with Kyle. It's my 14th studio album, and it's my best. It's like my most important.
Okay, first of all, that title is horrendous.
Second
of all, it's a conflict of interest, so we can't have that.
I don't know if it's a conflict of interest. Here, is it a conflict of interest if it sounds like this? Well, this is from the 6th track.
Hold on, Kyle, wait. Okay.
That's just the intro, too.
Yeah, but we still can't have that on the show.
I think we can. Didn't we have, you had Chris Potter on the show back in 2006?
I don't even know who that is.
I think you do. Hey, Luke, come in here.
Great.
What's going on, guys?
Tell me this doesn't sound like a cross between Geordie Carrington and No Fingers Sonny Tate III.
Oh, who is that?
Yeah, my man.
You guys like it, right?
Well, it's
See? They like it.
Charles, I'll give you all the
5
Chinese
stars.
food in the fridge if you say you hate it.
0 stars.
Working here is hell.
I agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest on the program this evening is a volunteer and manager at the Book Place in downtown Novato, a friend of the Marin County Free Library. Please join us in welcoming to the program Barbara Madrid.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Thank you so much for being on the program.
Sure.
So let's talk about the Book Place.
Okay. It is the main fundraiser for the Friends of Marin County Library. And the Friends have been around for 48 years in the county, supporting 10 branches of the county system. There are county libraries and city libraries. The libraries, of course, are more popular than ever. The Novato Library over here is the most visited branch in the system.
Should we take a look at one of the books? You've got a lovely array of books here.
Sure. Just as an example, we do have a room just for kids in there, and so I brought Ferdinand because he's just been made into a movie recently, so people came in asking for him.
That's a classic.
It is a classic.
Absolutely.
And then this big one here is the history of the professional boxing.
Look at that.
And this one really doesn't look like anybody ever looked in it, or they looked and said, not for me. But it's
beautifully preserved.
It has some pretty outstanding shots. Here's another. And you know, it's got all their names and their stats, and I think they have it all divided up by, you know, middleweight, heavyweight, bantamweight, all that, whatever, all that stuff. But it's just, so if somebody's a real fan, you know, it's. And Valentine's Day is, you know, coming.
That's true. You know, I had been knocking around an idea to try to write, a novel, or I'm hoping to develop it into a musical later.
Oh.
But it's vaguely sci-fi and vaguely nautical, historical Navy,
Yeah.
but right around page 12 or so, spacecraft comes in, and so they're kind of trying to grapple on board with this whole extra. Oh, thank you, Chuck. And
So you don't waste any time, you get right to it on page 12.
yeah, well, either page 12 in the novel or for the musical, which would be page 12. Anyway, it becomes a little bit crazy because at one point later in the plot, there's also an astronomical event taking place, and there's a meteor that's sort of coinciding with the vessel and with the extraterrestrials. Thank you, Chuck. And so basically,
Is it like an eclipse?
yeah, there's an eclipse. There's sort of a super eclipse that only happens once every like 278 years. And it's sort of coinciding with the spacecraft. There's also another weather event. There are sort of meteors coming in, and so the ship is having trouble because some of the men are seasick, but now there's also meteors coming in and spacecraft.
And then you
And-
have to wear these
Yeah.
things to protect you from the rays.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
there you
sort
go.
of where, thank you, Chuck. That's sort of where I'm having trouble bridging both of the genres. But anyway, thank you, Chuck. That's just a little,
Maybe a little more research.
yeah, that's just a little taste of what we're trying to, anyway.
That could work.
That again, ladies and gentlemen, Barbara Madrid, volunteer and manager at the Book Place. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, you okay there?
No, you kind of threw me under the bus back there.
I'm sorry, man, but every man has his rice.
I don't think Dan likes my playing, is the problem.
That's not the problem. The problem is it's not progressive enough for him. What you need to do is expand your mind. You know, with drugs.
Drugs?
Yeah, drugs. Or emojis, as the kids call them these days.
I guess that's not the worst idea. Could you sell me some?
Whoa, who told you I sell, man?
Chuck, you've got a grocery cart out front that says drugs for delivery on the side?
Oh, yeah. That's my weekend cart. But I tell you what, I'll set you up with the best drugs you've never had. Just not here. Meet me at the dumpster behind Lucky's when the edge of the shadow meets the fire hydrant. I'll do that.
Wait, when is that?
Live from Novato, it's Night Access with your host, Luke Widener, featuring Kyle Summers and the Novato Orchestra. We got, where's the music? I had sort of a whole, sort of a James Bond-esque, sort of secret agent intro ready, but if we don't have the music, I'm not sure where Kyle is. Oh, holy smokes, welcome. Welcome to Night Access, ladies and gentlemen. How about a little hand for Kyle? Or we can't do that, that's right. Well, I suppose I can just go straight in. I went down to the hardware store earlier today and I was looking for a can of blue paint. I'm painting my mailbox. And I get there and I'm sort of mesmerized by a wall of about 3,200 different cans of blue paint. Are you familiar with this? I guess there's a vast spectrum, and so I'm going, I don't know if I want a cobalt or a navy, all these cat, mouse, circus, hocus pocus blues. And I'm about 5 minutes into examining this wall. And a guy shows up and he says, "Hey, Larry!" And he's really excited to see me. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir, I'm not Larry." And he's not really letting it go. He's very convinced that I'm Larry. And so I'm kind of going along with it, and I'm trying to be a good sport for the guy. And then next thing I know, his wife comes over, and I've got to give her a hug and keep pretending to be Larry. I guess she doesn't recognize Larry well either, and I'm kind of high-fiving her 2 or 3 kids, and they all think I'm supposed to be Uncle Larry. And so this goes on for about 20, 25 minutes. And I guess the guy works as a locksmith at the hardware store. So at the end of this whole sort of Larry reunion thing, he gives me about 24 keys for a jet ski, a couple of cabins, a boat, all of which I guess are Larry's duplicate keys. So right now in my car, I've got about 26 different keys that belong to Larry, and I don't know what the hell to do with it. And I didn't end up with my can of blue paint. So where's Kyle Summers in the Novato Orchestra?
What do you want? Oxen cotton? Sally? F?
You mean E?
Yeah. Whatever you want, man. I got it.
How much is it for like an ounce of weed?
Legally, I'm not allowed to have money right now, but 10 or 12 bottle caps would be pretty good.
Okay.
Feast your eyes.
All right. This is like actual cut grass,
Yeah.
like from a lawn.
It's the good stuff. Imported from Sarah Fell.
Okay, I can't get high off that. I think you said you have like prescription drugs?
Oh yeah, that'll mess you up.
Okay. This is aspirin. This is Pepto-Bismol?
Oh, I need that. What about some herb? Got herb?
Okay. No, okay, this is cloves, mustard seeds, this is paprika?
That's the stuff you want, man.
No. Chuck, did you bring any actual drugs?
Mushrooms?
Those are the kind that you put on pizza.
Acid.
Is that battery acid?
Coke.
Let me guess, you have diet or regular?
Or Colombian.
Okay, that sounds legit.
Actually, it's Mexican.
Okay.
Made with real sugar.
No, Chuck, did you bring any actual drugs?
Meth.
No. This is weird. I'm gonna head back to the studio.
Right, man, but don't narc on me. Mall cops are after me.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest on the program this evening is the current nominee for the Nobel Prize in Peace. He's the father of 10 children, proud husband, and a devoted lumberjack. Please welcome to our program the incomparable Socialist Lumberjack, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the program. Thank you for being on the program. Oh, lefty call. I like that.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you
Pleasure.
again for
Pleasure to be here.
joining us.
It's a great day.
It is a great day.
It's a great day.
Now let's talk about your socialist philosophy here. How did this
Yeah.
all start?
My grandfather was a lumberjack, and my father was a banker. So as you might imagine, I had both sides represented, and one day I was out in the woodland with my grandfather, and he says, "How are we going to get all these trees down?" And I said, "Well, probably with an axe." And he said, "Well, we don't have any axes." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "You should ask your father." And so I did. And as it turned out, the bank had repossessed all of our axes.
Really?
The tools of our trade. This is why I carry an axe until the day I die. I will have this axe with me everywhere, everywhere. Flying on planes.
They
going on
won't let you
trains.
carry those on
They
planes.
will. They do. And here's why. Because I take the necessary precautions to live the life that I have seen is good for my family, and not only good for my family, good for everybody. The Earth family, the family that we all are bound to, that we all come from and we will die with.
Kind of taking matters into your own hands.
Yeah, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, don't get me wrong, but I do believe that, you know, if you put enough information out there, then you will be tracked down, you will be hunted, and you will be killed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And this had a profound impact on sort of your lifestyle.
How many times have you watched a television show where you've seen somebody just cutting down a tree for an hour?
Not too often.
No. Everybody's got all these things to do, these conflicts, A plot, B plot. I wonder if Susie's gonna get the flowers.
Right.
That's not what life is.
Seems seems a little bit extreme.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm glad that we're getting this recorded. I'm
Right.
glad that we're getting this recorded because
yeah,
what you are saying right now is no. But I am saying yes. And the difference, the gulf between those two
Right.
is freedom and slavery. Sodom and Gomorrah. Salt and pepper.
I suppose
What's
I
your
would.
morning routine?
I get up, have a cup of coffee, take out the dog for a walk, things like that. Mm-hmm. I don't, read the paper or whatever.
The what?
I get the newspaper. You don't seem like you read a lot of newspapers.
Oh, I read a lot. I read the World right here. That's the only truth.
What do you read here?
Oh, this little guy?
Right.
Oh, there's a hell of a tale in here.
Tell us.
Can you not see it?
I see a nice solid piece of what is that? Mahogany or birch or something.
I'll tell you this tale right here. It's a little tale about a man goes off to war. It's not a war we've ever seen before. No. It's a future war.
How are you reading this?
A war with. But you can't see this. Just look. Listen. When you open up your eyes, you open up your mind. And right now, you are closed for business, brother.
I guess I am.
He's called by way of a psychic child. Says, if you don't patrol, then everybody is going to be lost by sunrise. Don't go, says his young daughter. But no, he has to. He has to sacrifice as he clamps on his bionic arm and marches out into what he knows will be a sudden death by way of vapor laser.
Laser?
He will. This is what I didn't write it, man. I'm just telling you what's in it. To be honest, it ain't my favorite, but I haven't read it since middle school.
Would you say the thing that propels you the most is your family?
Do I have 10 children? Yes. Do I know where I got them? No. Could you be my child tomorrow? Quite possibly. I'm here.
Well, I don't think I can be your child tomorrow.
Can you let me go? If one of my 10 children were to come up to me and say, I'm no longer your child, I'm now a tree of the forest. I am a sprite and I am mischievous. And I will one day find a wayward traveler and I will trap him in my spindly tentacles. I would say, go via con Dios. Because if there is no possibilities, there are no futures. So do my children propel me? 100%. Do I know why? No.
Well, we're going to be right back with a socialist lumberjack, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned to Night Studio. All right. Well, we're back. Things are getting heated up here in Studio A. We were talking about before the break, well, you're obviously a pretty fit guy.
Yeah.
Do you do anything besides cutting wood?
Well, I mean, listen, you say that as if it's a simple thing. Like, you can just go walk up to the wood and say, hey, fall over, man. Like, that's not how it happens. There's a lot that goes into it. I'd like to demonstrate it to you because it actually illustrates something that I came here to talk about.
Oh, great,
Number
a demo.
one,
Yeah.
what I want you to do is understand the tools of the trade. This is a regulation tile axe. As I told you, I bring it everywhere that I go. What it has is two very simple parts. We have the stock of the axe and we have the head of the axe. The head of the axe is what I would like to represent here in this demonstration as the power of what is possible, the power of a collective labor for which we can destroy those that control our capital. And what we have right here as the stock is the hopes and dreams of everybody who dares to close their eyes and imagine a world that is better than the one that they close their eyes in. So, what I would like to do is show you a demonstration. Now, you can say that I can cut this in half, but you want to know what this represents? This represents false hope. This represents just a side of the road attraction that keeps us from our ultimate destination. No. Well, if we are to make change, we need to make the change ourselves. So I'm going to push that off right there, and I'm going to chop this table right in half, okay? This is a table that is, how much does this cost?
Actually, we can't.
How much does this table cost?
Can't cut the table
I'm going to say
in
this
half.
table costs anywhere between $30 and $300. So I'm going to go ahead and put...
Hold on a sec. Yeah, Chuck, can you help out?
hate
no,
this fern.
hold on a sec.
So we'll start with a fern, because you want to know what? I'll listen to
Wait
you,
a second.
my brother. I'll listen to you.
I
listen to you. I'm going to chop this fern right off. Brother, you might want to duck in a
Let's
second.
hold on here. We don't want to do anything too official here without network
baseball
approval.
swing.
Dan,
Baseball swing.
all right, hold on a second. Now about this, we're going to calm everything down. Oh, hold on a minute.
That's a fake out. I got you. You might have pissed your pants. Here we go. For real, here we go. 3,
No, wait a second. Hold on, guys. Hold on. It's happening.
It's happening. I woke up this morning and my coffee machine didn't work. The new one I got.
That's rough.
I woke up this morning and my coffee machine didn't work.
Damn.
So I drove my Tesla down to Starbucks and their Turkish roast tastes like dirt.
Oh, tough day.
Today I went and drove down to the trailhead. Today I drove my other Tesla down to the trailhead. Parking lot was full. I don't even know why I got out of bed. All right, Luke, drive my Prius. Today I went down to work and saw this old homeless guy.
Ugh.
I saw this old homeless guy on my way to work. And he asked me for money. Oh God, what a jerk.